Far from the relentless hum of cities, there exist pockets of profound quiet, places where silence is a presence. Here, the loudest sound is the whisper of wind or gentle water, and life moves in harmony with nature. Mornings begin with birdsong, evenings with the warm glow of hearth or stars, reminding us peace can be found in everyday moments. This journey is an invitation to step away from the noise, to quiet the mind and open the senses to a different kind of existence. It is a pilgrimage to the heart of slow living, a philosophy that prioritizes connection over consumption and presence over productivity. We will travel to remote mountain hamlets, serene lakeside settlements, and hidden forest clearings where time seems to stretch and bend. In these places, we will discover that a rich life is not measured by what we accumulate, but by the depth of our experiences and the quality of our attention. It is a reminder that in stillness, we can often find the answers we seek. We embark on this calm exploration not as tourists seeking spectacle, but as quiet observers hoping to understand. What does it mean to live a life where silence is cherished? How does the landscape shape the character of its people? And what can these timeless communities teach us about finding peace within ourselves no matter where we are? This is not just a documentary about quiet places. It is a meditation on the very nature of peace itself and a gentle guide to rediscovering it in our own lives. Let us begin this journey into a world where the most valuable currency is time and the greatest luxury is silence. In a world growing louder, quiet villages are sanctuaries, living libraries of a calmer existence. Here, true silence is a precious resource, not emptiness, but a canvas for the subtle sounds of life. These places remind us that peace can be the foundation of society, nurturing both the individual and the collective. Quiet villages choose harmony over hurry. Life flows gently, in concert with nature. People move with purpose, not pressure. Craftsmen and farmers work patiently, respecting their craft and the land. Harmony is visible everywhere, in homes, in work, and in the community's spirit of cooperation. In the bustling cities of the world, attention has become a scarce commodity, a currency fought over by 1,000 distractions. But in the quiet villages, presence is the common wealth. Here, the most valuable thing you can offer someone is your undivided attention. When people speak, others listen, not with the intention of replying, but with the genuine desire to understand. Conversations are not a contest for airtime, but a gentle exchange of thoughts and feelings. Eyes meet, voices are soft, and there is a shared space of quiet respect that allows for true communication to unfold, a deep and meaningful connection that is rare in our fragmented world. This culture of presence is cultivated by the environment itself. Without the constant interruption of notifications, traffic, and commercial noise, the mind is free to settle. It learns to focus on the tangible world, the texture of a stone wall, the warmth of a cup of tea, the subtle shift in the afternoon light. This daily practice of paying attention to the small details of life trains the mind to be more present, more aware. It is a form of meditation woven into the fabric of everyday existence. The people here are not trying to be mindful. They simply are, their senses fully engaged with the world around them. The deepest wisdom of quiet villages is taught not through words, but through the practice of listening. This is a listening that goes beyond the human voice. It is a listening to the land, to the weather, to the seasons. The people here have learned to read the language of the clouds, to understand the message in the changing wind, and to hear the stories told by the stars. This profound attentiveness to the natural world is not a mystical skill, but a practical one, born from generations of living in close proximity to the earth. It is a form of intelligence that fosters resilience, adaptability, and a deep sense of place. This culture of listening also extends to the self. In the stillness of a quiet village, away from the constant noise that demands our attention, there is space to hear our own inner voice. The anxieties, the aspirations, the quiet sorrows, and the gentle joys that are so often drowned out by the clamor of daily life can finally surface. This inner listening is essential for self-awareness and personal growth. It allows for a process of quiet contemplation, a chance to understand one's own needs and desires without the influence of external pressures. In silence, we meet ourselves. High in the great mountain ranges, villages cling to steep slopes, shaped by the silent presence of the peaks. Reaching them means a slow ascent, leaving the noise of the lowlands behind. Life here moves with the patient cycles of seasons and generations. Stone houses huddle together for warmth and community, blending into the rugged landscape. The mountains are not just a backdrop, they shape every moment of life here. In mountain villages, life moves to a rhythm set by stone and sky. The day begins with sunlight striking the peaks, slowly illuminating stone houses and calling the village to work. The sun, moon, and stars guide daily routines, planting, harvesting, and resting, reminding villagers of their place in a grander order. Life at high altitude forges communities of exceptional strength and interdependence. The challenging environment, with its harsh weather and geographical isolation, necessitates a level of cooperation rarely seen in the modern world. Here, a neighbor is not just someone who lives next door. They are a vital part of a shared support system, a lifeline in times of need. When a winter storm buries the village in snow, people work together to clear the paths. When a roof needs mending or a harvest needs bringing in, hands appear without being asked. This shared reliance creates a social fabric that is both resilient and deeply compassionate. The isolation of these mountain villages also means that traditions are held dear and passed down with great care. With limited access to the outside world, the community becomes the primary source of culture, entertainment, and knowledge. Elders are revered not just for their age, but for the wisdom and experience they hold. They are the living libraries of the village, the keepers of traditional songs, ancient stories, and practical skills that have been honed over centuries. This intergenerational connection is strong, with children learning from their grandparents how to read the weather, identify edible plants, or navigate the mountain trails, ensuring the community's unique identity endures. The wealth of a mountain village cannot be measured in currency or material possessions. It is a different kind of riches, one that is found in the abundance of what truly matters. Clean air, fresh water, and nourishing food grown from the earth. The morning mist that fills the valleys is a treasure. The silence that allows for deep, restorative sleep is a luxury. The panoramic view of the sun rising over a sea of peaks is a daily dividend that enriches the soul. Life here is a constant reminder that the greatest assets we have are those that nature provides freely, and that true prosperity lies in having enough, not in having more. Pleasures in these high-altitude communities are simple, yet profound. They are rooted in sensory experience and genuine human connection. The joy of a warm bowl of soup after a long day working in the cold. The comfort of a hand-knitted wool sweater. The taste of wild berries gathered from a mountainside trail. The sound of children's laughter echoing in the crisp air. These are not fleeting distractions, but deep, grounding experiences that connect people to their bodies, to their environment, and to each other. This focus on simple, tangible joys cultivates a state of gratitude and contentment that is often elusive in a world of endless choice and consumption. The mountains teach patience and resilience. Life here moves with the slow cycles of nature. Farmers plant, wait, and trust the seasons. Like wind-sculpted trees, mountain people endure, bending without breaking. Their quiet strength is shaped by necessity and experience. Where land meets water, life slows to a gentler pulse. Water's quiet movement shapes the landscape and the people, teaching adaptability and calm. The soft lapping of waves and the call of a loon create a tranquil, ever-present symphony. In waterside villages, day emerges slowly from morning mist. The world awakens in soft focus, water and sky merging in gentle stillness. As the sun rises, mist lifts to reveal mirrored reflections, nature's daily art. Instead of screens, villagers watch the sky's colors double on the water, fostering gratitude for simple beauty. Life here flows with the water, steady, unhurried, and patient. People move and work at a natural rhythm, free from the rush of modern life. Boats are a primary mode of transport, demanding patience and attentiveness. Paddling becomes a meditative act, connecting body and water. The river teaches that sometimes the best path is to follow the natural course. Commerce in riverside villages is as calm as the current. Fishing and trade are practiced with respect and sustainability, often in quiet, solitary ways. Work and exchange blend seamlessly into the tranquil fabric of daily life. The water's edge is a lifelong teacher, offering lessons in reflection and depth. Its surface mirrors both sky and self, reminding us to seek inner calm for clarity. Beneath calm waters, hidden currents teach not to judge by appearances. Villagers learn to respect the unseen and appreciate the depths in nature and people. Forest villages are living cathedrals, where ancient trees form pillars and leaves a vaulted ceiling. The air is cool and earthy, filled with a symphony of subtle, organic sounds. This gentle chorus calms the mind, creating a sanctuary from the noise of modern life. In the forest, life follows the dance of light and shadow, not the clock. Routines shift with the sun's filtered rays, guiding work and rest. Villagers are expert foragers, moving quietly and mindfully through the woods. Each task is performed with presence, deeply connected to the earth. Forest villagers live in symbiosis with nature, taking only what they need. They harvest and forage with care, ensuring the forest's renewal. Their steps are soft, their knowledge deep, seeing themselves as one thread in nature's web. This humility fosters respect for the forest as a living neighbor. The forest floor teaches acceptance of change and the value of the unseen. Nothing is wasted. Decay becomes new life, reminding villagers of nature's cycles. True strength comes from countless small, interconnected parts working in harmony. Island villages exist where land meets the vast ocean, shaped by the sea's moods. The soundtrack is waves, wind, and gulls, a symphony of elemental peace. This rhythm soothes, creating a deep tranquility unique to the edge of the world. On islands, tides, not clocks, govern daily life. Work and play follow the sea's rise and fall, teaching patience and adaptation. Islanders read the weather, respect the ocean, and move with quiet competence. Their way of life is a practical wisdom, passed down through generations. Living on an island, surrounded by open horizons, cultivates a unique culture and state of mind. The vast, uninterrupted view of the sea seems to open up the mind itself, encouraging expansive thoughts and a broader perspective. Problems can seem smaller when viewed against the backdrop of an endless ocean. The constant presence of the horizon line, that clear, simple division between sea and sky, offers a sense of clarity and calm. It is a visual anchor in a world of constant change, a reminder of simplicity and elemental truths. This environment naturally fosters a more philosophical and contemplative outlook on life, a quiet introspection born of long hours spent gazing out at the water. This sense of openness translates into the culture of the community. With fewer distractions and a simpler way of life, there is more space for genuine human connection. Hospitality is often a cornerstone of island culture. Visitors are welcomed not as strangers but as a connection to the wider world, a new story arriving on the tide. People have time for each other, conversations are unhurried, and listening is a valued skill. The community is often close-knit, born of shared isolation and mutual reliance, but it is a closeness that is not claustrophobic. It is tempered by the vast open space that surrounds them, a perfect balance of intimacy and freedom. The sea is a powerful teacher. Its uncontrollable nature teaches acceptance and humility, reminding us of our smallness beside its vastness. The tides ebb and flow, showing us life's dependable rhythms and unpredictable changes. In learning from the sea, we find calm amidst chaos. As our journey through tranquil villages ends, one truth stands out: the wisdom of slowness. From patient rivers to unhurried forests, a slower pace is a choice to live more deeply. These communities show us that speed steals our attention and meaning. By slowing down, we reclaim life's treasures and truly begin to live. In each of the quiet villages we have explored, we find a different geography, a unique landscape that shapes the lives of its inhabitants. Yet all these places, the mountains, the lakes, the forests, and the islands, teach the same fundamental lesson about connection. They show us that a meaningful life is a connected life. This is a connection that extends in three vital directions: to the natural world, to the community, and to oneself. In our noisy, fragmented modern lives, these connections have become frayed, leaving many with a profound sense of isolation. These villages show us the way back to a more integrated and fulfilling existence. The connection to nature is the most visible. In these villages, the environment is not a backdrop, it is a partner. The people are deeply attuned to the land, their lives woven into its cycles and rhythms. They understand that their survival and well-being depend on a respectful, reciprocal relationship with the earth. This deep connection fosters a sense of belonging to a story much larger than their own, a feeling of being part of the great, interconnected web of life. This is a powerful antidote to the alienation that comes from living in a world where nature is often seen as something to be controlled or consumed, rather than revered. In a world that relentlessly equates happiness with accumulation, the quiet villages offer a radical and liberating counterproposal: the wealth of less. The richness of life in these communities is not measured by bank balances, property portfolios, or the latest consumer goods. Instead, it is measured in things that are intangible, yet infinitely more valuable: time, peace, community, and connection. They teach us that by reducing our material desires, we do not impoverish our lives, but rather enrich them in the most profound ways. The pursuit of more is a heavy burden, and these villages show us the profound freedom that comes from laying that burden down. This philosophy of less creates an abundance of the one resource we can never get back: time. Freed from the endless cycle of earning to spend, people in these villages possess a wealth of unstructured time. This is time to be present with their children, to care for their elders, to pursue a craft, or to simply sit in quiet contemplation. It is in these unhurried moments that life's deepest joys are found. This temporal wealth allows for a quality of life and a depth of relationship that is a rare luxury in our overscheduled, productivity-obsessed world. They teach us that being rich is not about having money, it is about having time. The wisdom of these quiet villages is not a secret guarded by geography, accessible only to those who live in remote corners of the world. It is a quiet invitation, extended to each and every one of us, no matter where we live. The mountains, lakes, forests, and islands are not just places on a map. They are metaphors for a state of being that we can cultivate within ourselves. The peace they embody is not a product of their isolation, but of the values they uphold: slowness, connection, and simplicity. These are values that we can choose to integrate into our own lives, a quiet revolution that can begin in our own hearts. This invitation asks us to find the mountains in our lives, the sources of strength, perspective, and resilience. It encourages us to seek out the quiet stillness of the lake, creating moments of reflection and clarity amidst our busy schedules. It calls on us to discover the forest within, a place of deep, rooted connection and symbiotic balance with the world around us. And it inspires us to embrace the open horizons of the island, cultivating a sense of acceptance, gratitude, and wonder for the vast mystery of life. The spirit of these villages can be a compass, guiding us toward a more peaceful and meaningful existence. As our journey through the world's quietest villages ends, we carry the echo of their profound stillness. This silence is not just found in remote places, it's a fundamental human need, a state of inner peace within us all. The echo of their stillness can guide us, reminding us that peace is an internal choice, always within reach. This journey is not an ending, but a beginning. The path forward is a series of small, intentional steps toward quiet and calm. Let hurried rhythms fall away, and let a natural cadence emerge in your life. Take moments of stillness each day. Just sit, breathe, and listen. Over time, peace will take root and grow within you.